Ariana Grande, you are Billboard's 2018 Woman of the Year. Congratulations.
Thank you. I don't know what for, but thank you.
I mean, a lot of things, I would say. What does this mean to you?
It's really dope. I'm very honored. I'm very appreciative. I'm more so just very excited to be in the company of so many incredible women that I admire tonight, and I'm grateful that this event is happening because I think it's really dope of Billboard to like acknowledge the disparity between men and women in the industry, and yeah, hopefully we can even the playing field from here on out, and I think it's really dope. So I guess I'm more excited to be here with everyone and celebrate women in general than myself, because I can't do that. I don't agree.
I love that sentiment. That's awesome. I mean, you've had huge hits, you've had a #1 album, you've had amazing performances. What has been the most meaningful professional achievement of this year to you?
I think probably Thank You Next being my first #1 on the Hot 100. I wrote it with my friends while we were just tipsy in the studio, and I was going through a pretty rough period, and writing this album with them, with so many people I love, has really been a huge helping factor in my healing process and just like feeling better. It's been a really beautiful experience. So I think that, because it happened when it was meant to, in my opinion. I think it makes sense that it was this song just because of what it means, and I think it's really easy to write songs that are just like sexy and fun and kind of about nothing, but I'm happy that it was a song that meant so much more to me, that I made with my girls, and that went #1 for my first one. That was really cool. So yeah, I think that.
Can we talk about the video, which just broke a YouTube record?
Crazy, so cool. I didn't expect that at all. No, I thought it would do well just because of the movies that we reference and stuff. But I didn't expect that. It was crazy.
How did that concept come together?
Hannah and I were hanging out, and Brandon were hanging out in my hotel here, going over breathe-in treatments and stuff and getting ready to shoot that. And I wanted to play her the new music, and I was playing her Thank You Next, and I don't know, I just saw the burn book, and I was like, what would be really cool if like the beginning was like me putting the boys in a burn book, but writing positive things about them, because that's kind of what this feels like. This feels like a diary entry, like a burn book, and blah blah blah. And then the two of us were just like, oh shit, like what if we did all of our favorite girly movies, and it's bouncing back and forth, and we had to shoot Breathe In, which we were super excited about, but all we could talk about was Thank You Next and how excited we were for that. So yeah, we were like simultaneously prepping 2 videos, and yeah, it just came together. I mean, Hannah's like also so girly, so it was helpful to do it with someone who appreciated like the
I have
aspect of it.
I'm curious, were there any movies, like early 2000s movies, that like almost made the cut but didn't?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like these movies kind of were the ones that we picked because each one has a lead character that goes through a breakup and then becomes sort of a better version of themselves in it. So they kind of went with the story more, and also just kind of like were cool, fun performance setups as well, with like the cheerleading and everything. But I don't know. I would have loved to have put some more. I'm a big Crossroads fan, a big Girl Interrupted fan. It would have been really sick. But I mean, if I went with like my favorite movies, it wouldn't have made any sense, because it would have been like, you know what I mean? It would have been like really dark and weird. Yeah. So yeah, it would.
One of the things that you spoke about in our recent cover story is upending expectations for pop stars and how you release music, and the timetable of releasing music. And I thought that was really powerful, and I just wanted to see what you've seen and what you felt over the past few months of just dropping Thank You Next when you wanted to.
Well, I'm definitely now doing whatever I want, whenever I want. I'm just gonna hopefully be able to just like drop shit, that was the coolest thing in the world to me, because everyone was like, no, we shouldn't drop it on the weekend, because like we had the idea like Friday morning, and it was just, I was like, Victoria, wake up, we got to get this mixed, let's go. We went to Tommy's house, we rushed, we got it done, we got the cover art marked up. It was all very fast, and everyone wanted me to not do it in the middle of the week, but I was like, you know what, like the point of this is not to have my first #1 record. Like, this is not the point of this record. The point of it is to take back my narrative and just express how I'm feeling and just put a stop in all this bullshit. It's not fair kind of letting, like, no offense, but like the media kind of like take little things and run with it. So that was the intention behind it, and then it turned out being this beautiful thing. And I guess that just goes to show that, like, the more honest and, like, I guess you are and fucks less you give, it really might turn out to be a beautiful thing for you.
I love that. That's amazing.
So good. It felt really good.
The last thing I want to ask is a lot of young women are going to be watching Women in Music event tonight, and a lot of aspiring young women artists. And I'm curious what you would say to them, and as you've found your voice over these past few years and become our Woman of the Year, what would you say to them?
I think what I would say to them is to always listen to yourself. Like, there's a little voice in there, like, and in here, that always tells you certain things. And in this industry, people will come in and try to skew you one way or another, or style you a certain way, or make you try a sound that, you know, maybe isn't what exactly you want to do, or pick a single that maybe you don't love. And I think there's a little bit of playing the game that happens for a little while, but I think that you should always say fuck it and listen to that voice instead, because I've done both and I know how it feels. So for me, I would much rather just do what feels the most honest, and, you know, don't listen to, like, outside sources telling you what you should be when you know deep down if it's incorrect or not. Does that make any sense?
I love that advice.
Sorry, I'm going to say one last thing, because I know what it feels like to put out a song that I love and have it debut at maybe 10, and then have a song that I don't love debut at 2, and the feeling is what matters most. And thank God with Thank You Next we got to a medium, and it's my first #1. But, you know, it should be more about that, and I think you should just stay in touch, you know, keep, I guess, connected to what made you want to be an artist in the first place. It shouldn't be fame and pictures and whatever. That it should just be wanting to be an artist and blah, blah.
I think that's really powerful and really well said. And Ariana, congrats again.